They didn't throw me out all at once. It happened in steps. My mother stopped leaving dinner for me when I came home late from school. My father stopped asking where I'd been. Conversations shortened, then disappeared. By the time I told them I was pregnant, there wasn't much left to break. The night I left, my bag was already half-packed. That's what I remember most. Not shouting, not crying. Just the strange feeling that I had already been leaving for weeks. I was 15. For a long time after, everything narrowed into what could be managed. A place to stay for a few nights. A teacher who let me sit in the back and not answer questions. Forms filled out without guidance. Work taken wherever it was offered. The baby came, and with him a kind of structure. Not Jordan at first. Routine, feed, clean, sleep when possible. Learn quickly. I didn't think about my parents much. Not because I forgave them, just because there wasn't space to. Years passed in layers. Small apartments. Better favors asked. More things handled alone. He grew. Quiet, observant. Not overly affectionate, but steady. He didn't ask much about my family. When he did, I answered simply, "They're not around." That seemed enough for him. By the time he was in his 22nd, our life had settled into something that didn't feel temporary anymore. Not perfect, but stable in a way I used to think belonged to other people. That's when they showed up. No warning. A knock at the door. Mid-afternoon. I wasn't expecting anyone. I opened it, and for a moment, I didn't recognize them. Not because they had changed so much, but because I had stopped placing them anywhere in my present. My mother smiled first. Careful, practiced. "We heard you have a son," she said. Not hello, not how are you. My father stood slightly behind her, as if the doorway required permission he wasn't ready to ask for. "We want to meet our grandson," he added. The word felt misplaced. Our. I stepped aside after a moment, not out of warmth. Just curiosity, maybe, or a need to see how far this would go. They walked in slowly, taking in the room, the furniture, the photographs, the signs of a life they hadn't witnessed. My mother paused near a frame on the shelf. Him at graduation, cap slightly crooked, expression unreadable. "That's him?" she asked. I nodded. "He's done well," she said as if she had been tracking it. I didn't respond. There was a brief silence, not uncomfortable for me, just unfamiliar for them. "He's here?" my father asked. I said, "He works nearby." I didn't elaborate. They sat. I didn't offer tea. We stayed like that for a while. 3 people in a room that didn't belong to the version of us they remembered. Then the door opened. He walked in without noticing them at first, setting his keys down, glancing toward the kitchen. "Hey," he said to me, casual as always. Then he saw them. He didn't look confused, just assessing. "These are your grandparents," I said. The word felt more accurate than theirs had. He nodded once. No visible reaction beyond that. My mother stood up quickly, relief passing over her face. "There you are," she said, stepping forward slightly. "We've been wanting to meet you." He didn't move toward her. Instead, he looked at me, not for permission, for context. I held his gaze for a second, then looked away. That was enough. He turned back to them. "I have a meeting in 20 minutes, he said calmly. "I just stopped by to grab something." My father shifted. "We won't take long," he said, trying to sound accommodating. My son picked up a folder from the table. "I don't think that's necessary," he replied. No hostility, no raised voice, just a boundary clearly placed. My mother's expression faltered. "We're your family," she said. He paused then. Just enough to choose his words. "I think that's something you had more say in earlier," he said. Silence followed. Not sharp, just final in a way they hadn't expected. He turned to me briefly. "I'll be back later," he said. I nodded. Then he left. The door closed softly behind him. My parents remained standing. Something had shifted. Not dramatically, not loudly, but unmistakably. They looked at me differently now. Not with guilt, not exactly, with the realization that whatever they had come for was not waiting for them. "We didn't know," my mother said quietly. It sounded like an explanation. Or maybe a defense. I considered that, then nodded once. I know. That was true. They didn't stay much longer. There wasn't anything left to organize into conversation. At the door, my father hesitated. "We'd like to try," he said. I believed him. In the way people believe things when they arrive too late to change them, I didn't say yes. I didn't say no. After they left, the apartment felt the same as it had before they arrived. That surprised me more than anything. When my son came back that evening, he didn't bring them up immediately. We ate, talked about ordinary things. Later he asked, "Are they going to come back?" I thought about it. "Maybe," I said. He nodded. That seemed enough for him. It was, I realized, enough for me, too. Not resolution, but something close to balance. Held carefully without reaching too far in either direction.